Microsoft just made a decision that affects every small business still sitting on the fence about AI. Copilot is no longer a promotion. It's a permanent product line. And this week, something even bigger happened. The company behind Claude quietly filed to go public. Welcome to Market Intel. I'm Lonnie Rodriguez, Marketing Director at Queued Up Agency. Joining me is Maya Chen.
Hey everyone. Before we get into it, quick but important. Lonnie's voice is an 11 Labs voice clone, and I'm an AI co-host. We say this up front every episode, not at the end. Now let's talk about a week that was genuinely heavy on strategic signals.
3 stories this week. First, Microsoft locked in permanent Copilot SKUs for small business teams and dropped new AI models across Microsoft 365 at Build 2026. Second, Anthropic confidentially filed a draft S-1 with the SEC, putting a near $1 trillion AI company on the path to going public. And third, OpenAI expanded Codex beyond developers with role-specific plugins, including one built specifically for marketing and creative production teams.
This is one of those weeks where the strategic implications run deeper than the headlines. Let's dig in.
Let's start with the big one. On June 1st, Microsoft announced that Microsoft 365 Business Standard with Copilot and Microsoft 365 Business Premium with Copilot are becoming permanent SKUs on July 1st.
What does permanent actually mean here? Wasn't it available before?
It was available, but on promotional terms, which created buying hesitation. SMBs weren't sure if the pricing would hold or if the product would get restructured. Permanent SKUs eliminate that ambiguity. You can now quote it, budget it, and renew it without wondering if the rug gets pulled.
And the pricing still fits the under $500 threshold?
It does. Business Standard with Copilot comes in at $23.50 per user per month. For a 5-person team, that's $117.50 a month. Business Premium with Copilot is $32 per user, $160 for 5 seats. Either way, you've got room left in a $500 monthly budget for Canva, Descript, 11 Labs, or specialist video tool.
So this is less about new technology and more about removing friction from the buying decision.
Exactly. And on June 2nd at Build 2026, Microsoft added more substance. Microsoft IQ is now generally available across GitHub Copilot Foundry and Copilot Studio. Work IQ is a context layer sitting over your emails, documents, meetings, and external sources. Web IQ is an AI-first search stack, and they announced a new family of MAI models: reasoning, image, voice, transcription, and code.
The image model in PowerPoint caught my attention. Tell me about that.
MAI Image 2.5 is Microsoft's text-to-image and image-to-image model. It's live in PowerPoint now, rolling out to OneDrive and landing on Foundry. For content teams, that means your presentation tool is now a creative surface. Ad concepts, campaign mood boards, client pitch visuals, all without leaving PowerPoint or paying for a separate image generation subscription.
What are the challenges here?
2 big ones. First, lock-in. The more campaign memory, creative files, and automations you build inside Microsoft 365, the harder it becomes to migrate later. Second, the creative ceiling. MAI Image 2.5 is solid for drafts and pitch visuals, but high-end campaign art may still require Midjourney, Firefly, or Ideogram. This is a good enough for most things tool, not a specialist replacement.
Bottom line?
If your team is already on Microsoft 365, model the cost of moving to Business Standard with Copilot before July 1st. Run a 30-day pilot on 3 workflows: campaign brief drafting, presentation creation, and content repurposing. The answer on whether it fits your stack will be obvious within a week. Story 2. On June 1st, Anthropic submitted a confidential draft S-1 to the SEC, the first step toward a public offering.
That's a big deal. What's the valuation we're talking about?
$965 billion post-money from the Series H round. Near $1 trillion. No shares, no price range, no ticker set yet. This is a confidential filing, so the details are still under wraps. But CNBC broke the news the same day, and by June 4th, the GPU trade and enterprise DNA had additional coverage confirming the trajectory.
So what does this actually mean for a small business using Claude today?
Nothing changes today. No pricing shift, no feature change. But the strategic signal matters for teams standardizing workflows around Claude. Going public generally pushes AI vendors toward tighter packaging, clearer monetization, and less patience for loose promotional pricing. The practical takeaway isn't switch tools. It's document your current Claude usage and costs now before packaging changes arrive.
Is there an upside for SMBs in this?
Yes, 2 of them. First, product investment tends to accelerate in the run-up to a public offering. More business-facing features, clearer packaging for teams. Second, and this is from the same week's research, Claude grew 306% quarter over quarter in web visits. The fastest growing major AI assistant right now, with the lowest bounce rate of the top 3 platforms. That's engagement quality, not just traffic. For teams choosing between ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Copilot, the filing actually strengthens Claude's credibility as a long-term workflow platform.
Bottom line?
Start treating Claude like a vendor heading toward public market scrutiny, because it is. Audit your current plan, document use cases, and don't assume promotional pricing is permanent. But don't exit the platform. The usage signals and product trajectory both point the right direction. Story 3. Keep an eye on this one. On June 2nd, OpenAI announced 6 role-specific Codex plugins, including one built specifically for marketing and creative teams. The Creative Production plugin.
What does it actually do?
It takes a brief and turns it into assets you can review. Campaign boards, display ad variations, product lifestyle shots, and e-commerce-ready image sets. The integrations named by OpenAI include Figma, Canva, Shutterstock, Picsart, and FAL. This matters because it's not a generic AI can help creatives announcement. It's a workflow integration story for tools your team already uses.
So the marketer to designer handoff just got shorter.
That's the most direct way to put it. First draft creative, campaign concepts, ad variations, lifestyle visuals can now start inside Codex before anything touches a design queue. And annotations let you point at one specific section of a document or slide and ask Codex to revise only that part. No more regenerating the whole artifact to fix one caption.
What's the catch?
2 things. First, Codex Sites, the workspace where you build review hubs and share interactive project boards, is business and enterprise only at launch. Smaller teams on individual plans may not get full access right away. Second, external client sharing is limited. Clients need to be inside the same ChatGPT workspace to view deliverables. So external-facing work still needs screenshots, exports, or a separate builder.
Expert take?
Digital Applied's June 2nd analysis frames it well. This plugin compresses the mood board to first draft loop for agencies and marketing teams. That's the value. It's not replacing your designer. It's getting reviewable options on the table faster. OpenAI also reported that Codex now has 5 million weekly users, with non-developers growing 3 times faster than developers. The tool is moving beyond the terminal.
Bottom line?
Test creative production on one upcoming campaign brief. Measure whether it cuts the time to your first reviewable concept. If you're packaging this for clients, frame it as redesigning the brief-to-asset workflow, not "we use Codex." Speed to first option is a differentiator.
Quick hits. 5 rapid-fire developments from the week.
1. Instagram expanded AI video creation in the Edits app and pushed creator API upgrades. The AI video tools let you produce social content without runway-level complexity, and the API improvements benefit teams using scheduling tools like Buffer, Later, and Publer.
2. A bipartisan discussion draft of the Great American AI Act was introduced on June 4th. 269 pages. The most relevant provision for small businesses? A 3-year preemption of state AI laws for frontier models. That would simplify a patchwork compliance landscape. It's a discussion draft with no timeline to passage. So watch it, don't act on it yet.
3. Google signed a $920 million per month deal with SpaceX for GPU capacity to meet surging Gemini enterprise demand. This is not a product story, it's a macro signal. The 2 strongest ChatGPT alternatives are both racing to lock up compute. Pricing pressure industry-wide is coming.
4. AI chatbot. Market share data from April 2026 showed ChatGPT at 54.7% and declining from 76.5% a year ago. Gemini is up 104% in 6 months. Claude is up 306% in a single quarter and has the best engagement quality metrics of the top 3. The race is genuinely on.
5. SpaceX is pricing its NASDAQ IPO on June 11th with trading opening June 12th under ticker SPCX, the same SpaceX that's now the primary compute host for both Anthropic and Google. If you want to track where AI infrastructure is heading, that IPO is worth watching.
5 stories, 0 slow weeks. As always, all the links and sources are in the show notes. Grab them before you close the tab.
Bringing it home. Microsoft turned Copilot from a promo into a product line. If you're already on Microsoft 365, now's the time to price the pilot. Anthropic is heading toward a public offering at a near $1 trillion valuation. Document your Claude usage now and pay attention to packaging shifts. And OpenAI Codex just expanded its creative production plugin into marketing workflows. Test it on one brief before this month is out.
The theme this week isn't new tools. It's the AI industry growing up. Permanent products, public filings, compute infrastructure at a scale that would have sounded like science fiction 2 years ago. This is the stack you're building on.
Next week, watch for the Microsoft 365 Copilot Permanent SKU rollout hitting July 1st, the SpaceX SPCX trading launch on June 12th, and any movement on Instagram's expanded Edits API. We'll have it covered. If market intel is useful to you, hit subscribe and drop a comment on what you want us to dig into next. I read everyone. This is Market Intel. Stay informed, not overwhelmed.